Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, you continue learning about the square root. So the new thing I want to introduce about the square root is the form a multiply square root b. So you should find the value of a and the value of b. How can you work with this one? Okay, remember in last video, you already learned about this form, square root of multiplication between 4 and 3. And then you can separate it by this one, and then you have the form of 2 times square root of 3. So 2 times square root of 3, you have the same form of a multiply square root b. It means a equal to b and b equal to 3. That is the example about this form. So how about I give you the single square root like this? How can you change this one become to a multiply square root b? Okay, 12 here you can remember 12 equal to 4 times 3, 4 times 3, and then I separate it become to square root 4 and square root 3, and you got this one. So after that you can figure out the way how can you change from this form become to this one. You have the form of a multiply square root b right now. Okay, another question, I'm got the square root of 80. How can you do this? How can I change from this one become to a multiply square root b? Okay, I will give 80 equal to 60 multiply 5. And for this one, I separate this become to square root of 16 multiply square root of 5. And then you got square root of 16, you got 4, and then you multiply square root of 5. After that, I'm got a equal to 4, and then by b equal to 5 in a square root b form. Here is the most important thing. Here's the most important. You have to factor this number become to new multiplication. But one of that multiplication, you have to put square number inside. Okay, so from 12 you got 4 is square number. From 80 you got 16 is square number. So how about for this one? 50. So how can you factorize 50 become to square number multiply to other number? Okay, so how can you choose? You have to remember about the square number table. You got 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 225, something like that. Yeah, okay, so how about 50? Can you factorize 15 become to 4 multiplied by something? How about 9 multiplied by something? 16 multiplied by something? You can write down 25 multiplied by something. 25 multiplied by 2, you got 50. And after this step, you got square root 25 times square root 2. Square root 25, you got 5. So after that, I got this form. So the question here will tell you about how can you change from square root, how can you change from square root of c become to square of a times square root of b. Okay, so look at this. Example 1, square root 18. Square root 18. Okay, remember about the square number. Square number table, you got 1, 4, 9, 16, okay, 9. 9 times 2, you got this one become to square root of 9 multiply square root of 2, and then you got 3 times square root of 2 in here. For inclusion, you got square root of 18, 3 times square root of 2. So compare to this form, you got a equal to 3, b equal to 2, and then you have c equal to 18 like this. Example 2, you got square root 32. Remember about this one. Remember about the square number table. You got 4. Okay, you got 9. No, you got 16. Yeah, 16. Because 16 times 2 equal to 32. So square root of 16 here and square root of 2. And then you got square root 32 will equal to 4 times square root of 2. So after that, you got A equal to 4, B equal to 2, and then you got C is the last one, 32. Okay, that is the way how can you solve your working out for this changing from square root, single square root become to integer and square root. Okay, so example 3, you got square root of 28. Square root of 28, so remember about the square root table. 1, of course not. 4 and 28, yeah, it's possible. 4 and 28, you got 4 times 4 times 7, and then you got 2 multiplied by 7, and after that's very easy. You got A equal to B equal to 7 and C equal to 28. Okay, here is the full question. Write the following single square root to form of A multiply square root B. So we have 6 questions following. Question example 1, you got square root of 8. So I will separate 8 or factorizing 8 become to 4 times 2. And then I will separate square root 4 multiply square root 2. And the final answer, you got 2 times square root of 2. So after this one, you can determine which one is A and which one is B. You got A equal to 2 and of course B also equal to 2. For this question, you got 4 times 11 and then square root 4 times square root 11. Square root 4, you got 2 square root 11. I will repeat. So after that, I've got A equal to and B equal to 11. And the last one, the last of the first column, 9 multiply 8. Square root of 9, you got 3 square root of 8. I will keep it unchanged, but I think I can change this become to another form, because 79 you can write down like 9 times 8, but you also rewrite it in this form. So this one I think is the best. 36 times 2, and then you got 36 square root 36 times square root 2, and then you got 6 multiply square root 2. And then you determine A equal to 6 and B equal to 2. 75 and the square number table, it will be factorized by 25 and 3. Square root 25 and square root 3, you got 5 times square root B. So A multiply square root B, you have A equal to 5 and B equal to 3. 63 will be factorized to 9 times 7. Yes, 9 times 7, square root of 9, square root of 7, and then you got 3 times square root of 7. After that, you got A equal to B and B equal to 7. For this one, 9 times 3, and then you got square root of 9 times square root of B, and then you got 3 times square root of B. And you got A equal to A equal to 3 and B equal to 3 also. Yeah, that is the way how can you solve your working out for this question. And I think because this one is combination of calculating and square root knowledge about, so I think that's not easy. I think this is very difficult for you, so you have to work with a lot of exercise for make it more familiar. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you next time. Bye bye.